Jujutsu Kaisen is one of the best shonen anime, and while I generally like the writing, there are a few areas where I feel like I hate Jujutsu Kaisen. I have thought a lot about these problems, and after doing 10 decades of research, I have reached the conclusion that Jujutsu Kaisen has 5 main problems. So, let's get into the video. There are few shonen mangas that can generate excitement like Jujutsu Kaisen does, and keeping things moving is surely a good way to prevent viewers from getting bored of the story. But it is also important for a shonen story to give their characters a break every once in a while and stop the action to show their everyday adventure. In the case of Jujutsu Kaisen, those moments of peace are the enjoyment that the characters can't have, and as the story progresses, there is less and less time for the characters because of the back-to-back fights and big tragedies. Unfortunately, this kind of fast pace results in both characters and the audience never getting a breathing space to reflect on their journey before the next big disaster hits the story. Jujutsu Kaisen has many incredible characters who are unforgettable. There's no doubt characters like Gojo, Yuta, Choso, and Toji are currently some of the most popular figures in the manga, and you can clearly see that some characters are far from being well developed. The biggest reason why the characters are underdeveloped is because of the lack of interactions they have with the other characters. They rarely have any time to form strong bonds with the characters. On the other hand, some fan favorites like Todo and Inumaki simply disappear from the story before their arcs can be completed, and after that, they are no longer useful to progress the plot. The arc structure that most shonen manga follow is an incredible writing tool that allows the story to flow from one arc to another organically. And while Jujutsu Kaisen has one of the best arcs in the manga, what it struggles with is the transition from one arc to another. The jumps between the arcs in Jujutsu Kaisen are sudden and kind of annoying. For example, the transition between the Kyoto Goodwill event arcs and the switch to the Death Painting arc. But the arcs that do lead into each other well, like the Culling Game arc and the Shinjuku Showdown arc, rush the transition process too much, which results in the arc finale being dull and failing to address the consequences of the shift in the story. Jujutsu Kaisen has killed some of its main characters not even halfway through the story. One example of this is Nobara, who was killed in the Shibuya incident arc. This death made many fans angry with the writing of the story, including myself. On top of killing the main characters, Jujutsu Kaisen leaves their fate hanging in the air for far too long. As of now, the status of characters like Nobara, Todo, and Choso remains unknown. Although I can give Gege some credit because in the last few chapters, the status of Gojo and Kenjaku is being answered. Shoko might be trying to heal Gojo and bring him, and in the case of Kenjaku, I think it is confirmed that he is dead because of the new rule that was added in the Culling Game. Now, let's get back to the point. Death is something that no character in Jujutsu Kaisen is ever safe from. And while the story is able to give a suspenseful, mature feel by never relying too much on the plot armor, the way Jujutsu Kaisen kills its characters is the problem that I have with the story. From Nobara's death in Shibuya to Kenjaku's death at Yuta's hand, most of the Jujutsu Kaisen characters die or disappear before their arcs are properly concluded, which results in disappointing finales. And the more they use the sudden death shock value, the less the audience will be affected by the early deaths of the characters. Jujutsu Kaisen has one of the most well-developed power systems in the modern shonen era, and the different types of abilities its characters possess make every fight in the series feel exciting. However, with so many powerful characters, many of them disappear when they are most needed in the story, when their abilities might be useful. Inumaki's Cursed Spirit and Hikari's Death Gamble are the best examples of Gege Akatami underutilizing his character's abilities. Hikari, a powerful Grade 1 sorcerer, is out of the Shibuya incident despite having the potential to heal his friends significantly. Inumaki disappears after losing his arm to Sukuna, even though his cursed technique has no ties to his limbs. Now, before I go, I want to say that there are also very good things about Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's why my next video will be about 5 things I love about Jujutsu Kaisen. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.